Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to our live webinar of eIMMIGRATION. On behalf of Cerenade, I want to thank you for joining us today. My name is Vanessa Vargas. Hi, well, good afternoon. Good morning here in LA. So today we're going to talk about billing, credit card processing, storing payment info, and also QuickBooks for those that are subscribed to QuickBooks as well. And as always, we record our sessions. So if you want to watch this video later, we have a YouTube channel. If you haven't done it yet, please go to youtube.com, search Cerenade Client Academy or Cerenade Academy, and then subscribe. We have tons of videos here that you can learn from. And again, every Friday when we do these sessions, we record them. Okay, we also have a PowerPoint presentation that you can download, and it has links that you can click on. So if you click on the Go to Webinar menu, you should see handouts. And why is it not showing? Hold on. I probably uploaded the to the wrong webinar. All right, here we go. Give me a couple of seconds and you should see the handout. It's uploading. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what happened. So if you couldn't find them last time, just email us and we can always email it directly to you. It should be, let me refresh, but yeah, there we go. Now it says 1 out of 5. Anyway, so yeah, you can download the PowerPoint presentation and you can click on the links, and we're going to go over resources and support as well. Any options for support. Give me 1 second. So the email address that you should contact us for any concerns are ecmssupport@cerenade.com. Unless it's sales related, then you send it to sales. Oh, sorry, I misspelled it. Disregard that one. ecmssupport@cerenade.com. Sorry about that. It's the second one. All right, here we go. So let's get started because I have a lot of things to show you today. I am going to cover, like I said, billing, credit card processing, and QuickBooks. Other features included would be probably reports and alerts and tickler, but those are also like complements so that you can use your billing and run reports and take a look at pending invoices, all of that. You're welcome. Thank you for interacting. We do have a chat. You can message me if you guys have any questions, all right? All right, let's get started. Number one thing is when you have billing, you have to enable it for your users and customize your items. So if you log in and click on the top right where it says settings, go to your admin. In fact, right click on the word admin and open in a new tab. Let me put it right here. So from the admin portal, you want to click on billing items. You'll notice that when you add a billing item, it's going to ask you for a code, type, description, and price. And this is if you want to charge per hour or a flat fee, just leave it blank. So this drop-down menu for the type of fees, you can customize it. So instead of just saying filing fees or professional fees, you can customize it so it shows consultation or translation or general, anything like that. So in order for you to modify this drop-down menu, you go here. In your admin, you want to click on types. The code could be anything you want. um, Here's where you change the billing item types. Like I said, if you want to add more than just professional fees or filing fees, you can add shipping, translation, consultation, anything. All right, so what code? Honestly, I mean, I've seen attorneys that do because they had a system before, so they want to keep that same code just to be consistent with maybe they do billing with us and they use QuickBooks on the side for accounting purposes more than just billing clients, and they want to keep the same code. To give you an idea, for example, this is a code N400 5000, and so whatever helps, but this is more internal. Okay, now when you have your codes ready, then you can start adding um, expenses to the cases and creating invoices. My recommendation for those that have no patience or no time, just create one. You can have a master code, something that you can customize anyways. Maybe put $1, and when you're ready to create an invoice, you just modify the fee, the description, and that's it. You won't change the code. So again, just keep at least, you have to create at least one billing item in order for you to use billing. If you don't have at least one, then we can't create an invoice. So I suggest that you have at least one master code. And then we'll go over how to create invoices and process payments and all the fun stuff. All right, so this is the admin side. One more thing I want to cover would be the users. You may have a paralegal or an assistant, or you can create an account for a caseworker. And even if you have billing, it doesn't have to give, it doesn't mean that you want to give them access to billing. So you can block the access or you can allow access to billing, right? So make sure that if you are going to create a user and you want them to take payments and help you with billing information, you have to allow that from them. All right, so let's switch to the caseworker portal window. Here's where we're going to create a case in order for us to create an invoice. I cannot create an invoice from the contact profile if I don't have a case, an existing case. And one thing I recommend that you can do is create a process called consultation. So that way, even if it's just a consultation, I can bill them for the consultation. And then if they move forward and they retain me, then of course I can create the flat fee for whatever, like naturalization or adjustment of status, asylum, but at least create a process for consultations. And the way you do that, again, is from the admin portal under case processes. And this is where you can add a process, or better yet, insert a process. If you click here, insert, and then just enter the name consultation. Mhm. And that's it. So eventually, again, once you have your consultation billing items, or any specific item, let's say naturalization related items, you click on this icon related to billing items right here, and then you can associate anything related to that process. So if it's naturalization and I charge this naturalization service fee, then I can link it. That way, when my staff creates a naturalization case, they know not only what forms they need to complete or what steps they need to follow, but also how much we charge for that service. All right, let's go back to the caseworker portal. All right, with that being said, again, we need to create a case. And when you create a case, if you have the contact profile, let's use this one. I have my client or my prospect, and then I go to create case, and I select again consultation or naturalization, whatever the process is, my location or department, my program type. This is all of these drop-down menus can be customized. I have the attorney's information checked that will transfer to the forms. And then I've had the roles, petitioner, beneficiary, alien, and then I see all the forms, and I just create the case. So that's how you create a case. Now remember, please download my PowerPoint presentation, because I put the links right here on how to customize, how to create the case. So everything that I'm going to be covered, blah, 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 everything that I'm going to be covering today is part of the PowerPoint. I think I need to breathe. Oh, it's Friday. All right, so what's next? Adding, okay. So I created a case. Now I need to click on billing and then expenses and charges. Here's where you add the expenses and see how it gives me the process, and then I can see the process related billing items. Well, if you don't see anything, it's because you haven't customized anything yet. And it's okay. Sometimes it happens that, let me pick one that doesn't have any, like this one, doesn't have any records found. It's because we haven't linked a billing item to the process. So if that happens to you, just click on all billing items, and then you'll see the master one or whatever you have created, your consultation fees, or I'm gonna search for that master Gosh, we have so many. Okay, here we go. So let's say that this is the only expense that you have created so far. It's okay. You can select that one and then add it at the bottom, and then you want to edit. If you click select, edit, then you can change it. Obviously, it's not master. I'll say naturalization. I can never type when I'm live. How about if I do citizenship? Ciudadanía. Oh, I'm telling you, not even in Spanish. Ciudadanía. Here we go. Expense date. Well, when was the contract signed? Let's say that we got retained on the 9th and we charged them 7,000. Now, if you change the quantity, instead of 7,000, let's say we give them 10% discount. So you can put 0.90 and it does the math for you. It's 6,300. Now, once we have exactly how much we want to charge, we click on invoices. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this, because yesterday I talked to a company that wasn't really looking for creating invoices. They just wanted to keep track of expenses. And this is fine. You can just keep adding expenses to the corresponding department and then bill them based on that. And so you can either add expenses throughout the case or do like the flat fee. Once you are ready to create the invoice, then you click on invoices and you're going to click add invoice. What if the case is already created? It's okay. You can just open the case, go to billing and add the expenses and add the invoice. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we have clients that add billing later after the fact that they have been using eIMMIGRATION. It's okay. So you just open the existing case, go to billing, and add the expenses so that you create the invoice. And to create the invoice, you want to select the client, the fees, and select default invoice. And then you just click add. And so it's going to open the invoice. Now, let me tell you something. Sometimes it happens that you don't see anything here. It doesn't show any information. So the reason why that happens is because you probably don't have any address yet in the client profile. So let me close this. If that happens to you, click on the name of the person. It's going to take you to their contact account. Go to the addresses. And if you don't have the address yet, at least add a period. So the name can show up on the invoice. Okay. Let me undo. All right, look, going back to the case window, I'm going to click on add invoice, select the client, select the fee, template default invoice. We do offer professional service if you guys want to pay for a custom invoice, just FYI. All right, so I can choose which address I want to show up here. By the way, my logo is here because I uploaded my logo from the administrator portal. Under settings, click on branding, and that's how you can upload your logo. Also, if you go to the admin, same thing, application settings, you'll notice that we have billing on the right-hand side. So I suggest that you explore these settings because it really makes a difference when you click, or let's say I want to have the due date automatically set by 30 days from the invoice date. And so make sure that you customize those settings so that you don't have to do these things manually. Also, if you want to modify something, for example, let's say I forgot to mention 10% off. I can modify or edit the description, but not the quantity, like not the unit price or extended price. If I notice something is wrong, I need to close this, go back to the expenses and modify the expense, and then come back and create the invoice again. So keep that in mind that once you click save, you won't be able to modify this. At the bottom of the invoice, we have a notes section. And again, I recommend that you customize it so you don't have to keep typing this over and over and over again. We have clients that use Sell, Venmo, or other type of services for merchants, so they can put the link right here for payments. Maybe I want to add more to the note, such as initial payment is expected by this date, or payment plan will be created. I don't know. Like you can add any notes. This is something that you can modify or edit at this point, but not afterwards. Once you click save, which is on the top left, it's going to give you this green bar. The invoice has been created successfully and you can now close it. Let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? I'm going to show you now how to process a payment. If you click on select add payment, then I can select the type of payment. Let's say cash. They gave us, I don't know, 1,500. Um, brother paid, and it was processed or received last week. So I can process the payment, set the date when it was received, and I add the payment. So now, sorry, I keep looking at the how to send the email to the client. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll show you right now. That's a good question. So if I want to send this invoice to the client, I select and then click email invoices. And by the way, you can also have your letter template. So instead of saying, actually, this doesn't have a template and a default one. So maybe I want to create my own templates. Here's your invoice. Please contact us for payment. So remember the letter templates you create also from the admin portal over here, letter templates. So that's going to save you time because you can just, I don't know if I have one for billing or payments or, invoices, but you can invoice template. See how it populates the name. Anyway, so yeah, this is going to save you time. All right, so we can just email. I forgot to select the subject, see invoice attached or see attached invoice. And then the three dots on the right allows you to pick the recipient, which is her, and I just click done. And that's it. So it's going to send this invoice 2742. When a client calls you and they want to make a payment, you also have a shortcut on your home screen. If you click on quick links, here it is, process payment. So I have the client on the phone or in person. I can ask them, what's your invoice number? And then, of course, that wasn't it. 20, um, what was the invoice number? Oh, 2742. Okay, so again, quick link, process payment, 2742. Select the invoice and then how much you want to pay, 500. Well, they gave us a check for 500 and the check number was this, and they paid yesterday. I process the payment through here. I also get the green bar confirmation, right? So I can now close. Any questions at this point? Let me know. Okay, let's go back to the case. By the way, you can also access the invoice history or all the invoices from the contact profile. If you click on billing and then invoices, it's right here, 2742. You cannot create the invoice number. That's a common question that I get. If you can modify that, the system does it automatically. All right, so here's the invoice. If you look, it has 2 pages. So if you go to second page, there's a payment history. Now we can see that we received a cash payment for 1,500 and also a payment for a check for 500. And if I scroll down, I see the balance, 4,300. So let's take a look. Now, if I click on select add payment, I can process a payment or I can schedule a payment plan. Let me see. Looks like we have more questions. How to send the document. Okay, give me 1 second because that's not related. But thank you for your question. I'll take care of that. All right, so if I click on payment plan, I can schedule a payment plan. The first payment due date will be maybe next month around June 23rd every month, and they're going to pay $1,000. I can also notify the client automatically, maybe 3 days before their due date, 5 days, like you can modify that. And if you want, you can ask the client to provide their payment information, such as credit card or bank account, so that we can charge them automatically. How to do that? First, let me say the payment plan at the bottom. If the client wants to pay automatically, just go to payment methods and ask them to provide their card or bank account, ACH. This is where you enter the routing number, checking account, bank, savings account, but this is encrypted. This is going to be secure. So once you save it, you can only see the last four digits of the credit card. And the system, if you have scheduled the payment plan, once you do that, you can select, okay, they want to use their credit card or they want to use their bank account. Okay, so we will charge them automatically using that payment method. Let me know if you have any questions at this point. Okay, so the trust account, actually, it's also part of the right here. The trust account is also over here. Let me go back. For the this is a IOLTA account for the filing fees. So the client can deposit, let's say the 5,000 or she has $4,000 into the trust account, and then we pull the money from the trust account to pay the filing fees. If you are subscribed to LawPay or PayPal now with Braintree, you can have your merchant account or operating account versus your trust account. Okay, I'm going to talk about how to link your LawPay and PayPal account. Do we have to have a system process? Huh? Do we have to have a system to process a payment? Not necessarily. Good question. So I don't have to have like a credit card merchant link to eIMMIGRATION. I can probably use Square or like other, maybe the bank provides a merchant, terminal. You can use that. As long as you process the payment or register the payment here, then that's it. So you do process a payment through your merchant, but you want to register the payment so that everything is clear. But yeah, thank you. You don't have to have necessarily the system with LawPay or PayPal. Those are the only two vendors that we work with currently. All right, so payment, automatic payments. What else? Oh, reverse payments. That you have to allow from the admin. So if you are allowed to reverse a payment, you can do that. And so once you um, create the invoice, by the way, someone asked me if you can modify the address. This is where you do it under the settings. So if the client, remember I said that you had the dot. So the question was, what if I now have the address and want to reflect it on the invoice? So this is where you go. Under the settings, just select the new address and then click save. And the invoice will reflect that. Yeah. All right. So for the, what was it called? Oh, reverse payments. Make sure that if you go to your admin, when you go to the users, remember, this is something that you have to enable. So let me find my account as a caseworker. I'm going to scroll down to the access rights and make sure that this is allowed. See, the reason why I wasn't seeing reverse payment, it was because it was blocked. So now I can save my changes, refresh, and go back. Here we go. All right, let me refresh my screen. If I want to reverse or void a payment, I can click here, reverse payment. So select, I think it was like $500, wrong client, and today. Actually it was processed yesterday, so I void the payment. Let's take a look and reopen the invoice so that we see the changes. Here we go. On second page, we're gonna see the adjustment. So $500, wrong client. So that was a wrong check, not for this client. So you can always void or adjust the payments. Make sure that you are allowed to do that. Good question. Where the reverse amount goes to. If you process that payment already through like your bank, you have to go directly to LawPay or PayPal to do the adjustment as well. It's just for the invoice to reflect the correct amount. See, now the balance is 4,800, not 43. You're welcome. All right, next is critical processing. As I was saying, you have to link your LawPay or PayPal account. You have to go into the admin, click on application settings, and then on the right-hand side, you're going to see payment gateway. If you're new, I suggest that you delete if by default maybe we had LawPay connected as a test, just delete and redo it. And so you have to have your IDs that your merchant will provide, either LawPay or PayPal, but this is where you link, this is where you link them, okay? If you notice on the top right, we have the help user's guide. We have an article with step-by-step instructions on how to link your LawPay or PayPal. But again, if you download my PowerPoint presentation, I have the links for you right here. All right, so next is the client portal. What happens if you want the client to process the payment? Well, let me show you. If you go to the contact profile on the right-hand side at the bottom, it's going to say client access. If you have created the access, make sure that the access details have the billing enabled. And if you want the client to deposit funds into the trust account, also enable it. Now we can refresh and it's going to allow me to deposit funds into the trust account and click on invoices if I want to pay the invoice, which is right here, the one that we just created. And so the clients can always click on the paid link to see the payments or any adjustments or any activity. And if they want to make a payment, they click here, make payment. Obviously just ACH or payment card. They want to enter the information. Keep in mind, if you are subscribed to LawPay or PayPal, then they can see this. Otherwise, they can't process a payment. Okay. Now, let me see. Oh, if a client is on a payment plan, they can also view the details, how much they need to pay and when is their next payment. Also, there's a setting that if they process a payment towards that payment plan, for example, let's go back to the invoice. Okay, let's say that they came to pay with a money order, I don't know, $150. I don't know how many numbers are in a money order, but I assume more than 4. So let's say the payment was processed today. I add the payment, and if I go back to the payment plan details, which are right here, it does the math for you. So now I know that she has to pay only $850 by June 23rd instead of 1,000 because she has made a payment of 150 today. Okay. If you don't want that to happen, just go to the settings. Remember, in the admin portal, you can change that over here. Okay, let me go back. Let me know if you have any questions at this point. The other feature that you can be subscribed to is Timekeeper. Some attorneys track time and they charge per hour. So if that's you, you can click on Tools, go to Timekeeper, and then track your time. Either you start the time entry, keep doing whatever you're doing. You can actually have more than one tab open. Um, or you can also customize so that you can create the time entry. I can have by default any consultation or commute, or you can have different options here. And then of course, how much, I'm gonna track, yeah, let's say 45 minutes. So you can edit the time, edit the description. I'll just say Valeria Smith consultation, and then I just save it. Once I have all my time entries and I want to build for this 45 minutes, I can click here where it says select, move to, and then I can choose client or case profile. If I move this entry to the client profile, I can't really bill for that. I have to go case profile and then choose this option. After moving this time entry to the case, also create the expense. And so let's say the case is 907. I click move. And how much am I going to charge? Well, for the consultation, we charge, oh, you see, it doesn't have a record. I haven't linked my fees to the consultation process. Let me just use the one that has 150 per hour. I'm going to choose this one. So you select, it has a little check mark, and I click finish and navigate. Hold on, I see questions. Give me 1 second. I can't hear. Can you hear me? Can someone please confirm if you can hear me? Testing, testing. Someone messaged me they can't hear me. Oh, thank you so much. Perfect. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened to him, to her. Okay. All right. So as I was saying, I created a time entry. I chose the category, and based on that, it's going to calculate. Obviously, it's 150 per hour, but I only had 45-minute consultation. So it's going to create the expense. Let's go to billing right here. It's 112 and 50 cents for the 45 minutes. So after that, of course, you can follow the same instructions and either add more expenses or create the invoice just for the consultation. Let me know if you have any questions, but like I said, I put the link right here for the time and billing module. For those that have QuickBooks and they want to link QuickBooks instead of using billing, because it's either or, you can't have our billing and QuickBooks, it has to be either or. So if you want to use QuickBooks, it has to be the QuickBooks online account, and also you have to link it to your admin under the application settings. So instead of using billing, you want to use QuickBooks billing, this is where you go, QuickBooks. And then you have to authorize your account. And also, you have to change your settings if you want to keep those charges reflected as accepted right away or pending. So this is where you change the status of the charges. With QuickBooks, what you can do once you create a case and click on QuickBooks Billing, you have to find the entity, you select, and then you create the charges from here. When you do that and you enable or submit to your QuickBooks, um, it will send those fees or charges directly to your QuickBooks account. As far as like reports or creating an invoice, processing payments, everything you have to log in directly into QuickBooks so that you can perform those actions. All right. Next on my agenda for today is smart alerts. Let me take you back to the admin. So smart alerts are located here under the types, and you can do a global case or global client alert. Let me do the global client alert. What is this for? Well, I want to have an alert, a pop-up window, every time that I have a client with a pending balance. So I'm going to put warning or info, whatever you danger. It's considered an advanced alert, and the system identifies where if there's any invoice that has any overdue balance, I'm going to click save, and let me show you what happens. If this person comes here and says, sorry, today it's just, I think I need more coffee. You need to search for the client. If they come in and say, I want to, I don't know, schedule a consultation, or if you open the account without knowing, this is the alert. This is a pop-up window that will show up. You have an alert that has this client has 182 overdue invoices. So you can either add another alert on the spot or just call the police. I'm just kidding. But you want to make a payment, so then you just go to the invoices and process a payment. So I suggest that you use smart alerts, not just for that, but you can also use an alert for any adverse party. If there's any conflict of interest, you can also have the adverse party and the pop-up window will show up. Now let me show you the tickler, which is over here under tools. You click on tickler. We have either the default or the user defined layout, so you can customize it. So we have an accounts receivable aging area where you can see how many invoices are, between 0 and 30 days overdue, or you can do 3160, 6090, or 90 plus. This is customizable, okay? So you can click on the link or just click select open, and it's going to take you to this case where you can see the invoices. This particular case, not the client because she has 182, but just this case, she has 3 overdue invoices. And here are the balances. Actually, right here, $60, $34.50, and $510. Actually, at the bottom, it tells you the total balance, how much she has paid, and what the balance is. Let me know if you have any questions about any item that I have covered so far. If there was a question that I left pending, and I'm gonna cover that, but in a moment. I didn't create these questions. There's any questions at this point. There's a poll in progress. If you can please click and let me know, making sure that you guys are okay. I know it's a lot of info, but that's why we're here. So any questions, please let me know. You can chat me. I saw someone raising a hand, but I can't unmute you. You have to locate the GoToWebinar panel, click on questions or chat, and message me. Okay, looks like the majority of you said no questions at this point, but I do see a couple, so I'll wait for you to send them the question. In the meantime, I know there was a question about documents, so give me 1 second. How to send documents to a client. All right, let's go back. When you go to the case, click on documents on the right hand side. And this, by the way, is customizable. So you select the documents that you want to share. If you have the document linked, that means that you're going to share the actual file. But if you want to share the checklist, just like these that don't have a file yet, you click share with clients and you select the name of the person or both, maybe the employer and employee, and you click next and you let them know, email. You're not really sending the files or documents through email. It's just a notification. They have to log in into their client portal, and they click on shared documents, and they're going to see the file, either the contract that you sent or instructions or whatever you share with them. And or if you share a checklist and they see what they need to upload, then they can click on upload a document and then drag and drop or just click to upload whatever files they need to upload. When they upload from here, you're going to get a notification and you're going to see the file listed where it belongs. I really, really, really encourage you to use this because it's a lot easier for you to run a report to see which clients have which pending documents to upload. Also, because we offer um, unlimited storage with Plan C. So instead of paying Dropbox or OneDrive, or like you can have unlimited storage with us. And if you are subscribed to Office 365, then you can edit your files directly from here. So it's a win-win. All right, so let me know if you have any questions. I know there were a couple of questions. Just as a recap, let me go back to the first slide. We talked about customizing your items from the admin, creating a case in order for you to add an invoice or create an invoice. And before you create an invoice, you have to add expenses, at least one expense, which you can always modify or edit. I also went over how to process payments. There's one thing I want to show you that I just remember. It's new, so forgive me, but I just remember. But this is new and it's amazing. If you have LawPay or PayPal already connected, and there's an invoice that you want the client to pay, you can now send them a link. So just go to the invoice, select send payment link to client, and then you either send it via email, or if you have text message included, you can also send them a link via text message. And you can say this is from Law Office of Cerenade and just send them the link so they can pay online without having to log in into the client portal. I'm so glad I remember that. Tiny detail, but it's so important. It will make their lives easier and your lives easier too. So you can send them a link so they can pay. We also talked about how to create a payment plan and how you can schedule the payments if your client provides their payment methods. I went over reverse payments and refunds, how to connect your LawPay or PayPal account, how clients can make deposits into their trust account, and how they can make payments via the client portal. I went over the time and billing module, the QuickBooks integration as well, the Smart Alert, which is a pop-up window that shows you if they have any past due invoices, and the tickler feature where you can see, let me go back. So the tickler shows you any invoices that are 30, 60, 90 days due. And you can also show for every caseworker. So if someone else created an invoice, I can also see it here. It tells me the balance or the amount due. $1. Okay. Uh, let me see. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions, message me. As always, we have a Did You Know section. So all of these links will take you to either a video or an article so that you can learn more about any of these useful features. Did you know that if you have e-filing now, you can import data from the CBP website? So that's new. And also, did you know that you can have questionnaires that you can translate and provide via text message? That's a passwordless link. Anyway, so we have features that you are probably not aware of. What happens when I have questions? You will have questions, and we want you to contact us. How to contact us for support? You can call us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Pacific Standard Time. You can also email us 24/7. We have also a link on your home screen where it says technical support, where you can just send us a message. And you can also send your feedback to our developers. We have a complete user's guide with tons of resources. We do these trainings for free live on Fridays at 10 a.m., except on holidays. We have a podcast. We have a Facebook forum page. You need to click here to register or request the authorization. And like I said earlier, we have a YouTube channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and that you like our videos. All right, some of the questions that you guys sent. Can I run a QuickBooks report via eIMMIGRATION? No. So the integration allows you to submit the charges directly to your QuickBooks account, but in order for you to run a QuickBooks related report, you need to access QuickBooks directly. Can I sync my Square account to process the credit card payments? No, but if you are subscribed to credit card processing, you can connect with LawPay or PayPal. I put the links right here because you have to have billing as well as your optional module. How to modify an invoice if client needs to pay a late fee. Let me show you that really quick. By the way, we have a shortcut also here. It's called load more data. So you can click here and it takes you to billing, either expenses or invoices or QuickBooks billing. So the question was, how do I add a late fee? I click here, select manage discounts and late fees. So either you add a discount or a late fee. Let's say they owe, and the late fee is, I don't know, $5. And I process that today and I click save and close. Now, if we open the invoice, it's going to add a line. It says line late fee, and then it has the amount. And yeah, so now they owe $46.55. Thank you for that question. You can also manage the discount as well. Let me go back. You know what? I remember something also I want to cover before we end the training. Give me 1 second. It's about reporting. So what if I want to run a report? Even if you're not subscribed to custom reports, if you click on search standard reports on the right hand side, you should see billing. So this is where you can either batch print invoices. You can also run a report to see how many invoices have a pending balance. If you click run, you can download as PDF, Excel. I highly suggest that you consider getting custom reports because then you can schedule a report to be sent to you automatically on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, yearly basis. And even better, you can schedule that report and the system will send it to your accounting department. So you don't even have to log in to run or send the report so they know how many invoices or how many payments, etc. Here's another report, payments by date and office. So I can see how many payments we received. If you want to run a custom search, you can do that as well. So you click here, advanced search, click custom, and then you can add the criteria, whatever you prefer. Before you end the training, can you please show me how to send the documents to clients? I went over that, but let me do that again. Maybe you were distracted. It's okay. So I went to the case, I clicked on documents, and then I selected the document and click share with clients. That's how you send the documents to the clients. And you can also click on letters. If you have a document like, a cover letter or any email, you can also either make this PDF Word or email it from here. I don't know exactly what document you're referring to, but you can send a reminder, you can send an actual file, an attachment. Again, all you need to do is select the file, click share with client, and they can access the document via their client portal. Next question was, is there any way to send documents with passwordless link? Well, There's a way to request documents with passwordless link, but not to send it. You're welcome. There's no way to send with a passwordless link. I can request the client to click on a link and I can send that link via text message so they can upload a checklist, but not the other way around. Trying to think. Yeah, so if you have the file, all you can do is just click share with client and they can access a portal. By the way, this is the client portal. When you share a document with your clients, they click here, share documents, and they can click on the file to download. You're welcome. Let me see if I missed any questions. These are the upcoming trainings. I also added the ones for June. We don't have one on the 23rd because we're going to be in Orlando for the AILA conference. I hope to see you all there. But we do have all of these trainings. We actually have one on June 2nd because we want to show you what's new. Stay tuned because we're working on very cool features and we're going to showcase some of them on June 2nd. We also have a client portal related features on the 9th, appointments, deadlines, reminders on the 16th, and the last training will be a basic training for new users. Next week, we're doing this one I suggest you join, which is the efficient and time-saving tricks and shortcuts. You learn a lot of goodies that save you so much time. So I suggest that if you can't attend, at least you watch the video. All right, so please, please, please connect with us. We have the YouTube channel. We ask that you please subscribe and join the podcast, Serenade Snacks, and on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, anywhere. Okay. As always, we appreciate your time and we hope that you learned something new today. Let us know if you have questions. I'm going to stick around for a couple more minutes. Thank you for helping us. These types of training will really help us making more user friendly. Thank you. Nice presentation. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate. So there's a survey when you disconnect. Please make sure that you provide your rating and feedback. I appreciate that. How to create a username and password when you send the email to client. Okay, let me read the question one more time. The question was how to create a username and password when you send the email to your clients. You go click on the name of the person. It takes you to their profile and then click on the right hand side at the bottom, click client access. If this is a new client and you haven't done it yet, let me delete mine. It looks more like this. So you select the username or login name for them. You can type a password or you can generate the password automatically and you click create and then you click email credentials. So yesterday I was talking to a client and I was telling him that you can have your template instead of the default message. You can have your own templates, maybe one that says Spanish. So the credentials will be sent in Spanish with a username, the URL, and the password. By the way, the password bracket or tag, it shows here because we don't show the password. So for secure reasons, you're not going to see the password. Just click email. And if you don't know if the client got it or not, you can click on logs and there's always a copy of that message that you sent to the client. It's gonna be right here. Today's the 17th? No, the 19th. Oh well. I have so many. Here it is. Okay, I'm gonna click select edit so I can see the invoice. It was sent by Vanessa. It has this email. So if your client says, I never got this email, you can also share with the client from here. You can select the message from the logs, and then you can click here, share with client. So they can see that, and you can send them an email. But anyways, every time that you guys email the clients, you get a log. It's called system logs. And if you don't want to see those, just hide them. Also, I wanted to show you something else. If you share a questionnaire, if you send them a questionnaire or a form, if you click here under documents, here's the alternate view and questionnaires. So there's always a history of what's been sent, accepted, updated. It's just taking too long because I have so many. This is the same profile that I've used for 10 years, so that's why. All right. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. And so please, before you guys disconnect, any questions, let me know. I know there were a couple of questions that were not related, and I couldn't really include them, but let me open my report. Give me 1 second because I can't show this for confidentiality reasons. But I do want to make sure that I cover your questions. Let's see. Any updates, a little recap, basic training for new employee. We have that one coming soon. Actually, you know what? We did a basic training for new users recently. So just go to the channel on YouTube and you can watch the video here. It was uploaded 17 hours ago. So please make sure that you watch, like, subscribe. Easy navigation through clients, cases, and forms in Cerenade. You know what? The easiest navigation in Cerenade or eIMMIGRATION or eCMS, whatever you have, I always recommend that you have as many tabs as needed. You can open one for the admin, one for the case, one for the contact. That's how I suggest you navigate through the system, just by opening multiple tabs. Let me see. Keeping time and billing, we talked about that. All things billing and reconciliation, QuickBooks Online syncing. Yeah, so it's only QuickBooks Online, but yes, you can only add your charges. Setting up recurring payments, also we talked about that. Oh, there was a question. Yes, can we have DocuSign? You don't really have to have DocuSign because eImmigration offers e-signatures. So, well, at least for the forms, e-signatures is included. So make sure that you enable it. If you haven't done it yet, go into your admin, click on application settings, and scroll down to where you see this, enable e-signing forms. So the way this works, just to give you a quick idea, just obviously make sure that the entity does accept e-signatures. Yes, there's a new version. Trying to get to the signature page. So you're gonna see this red sign here icon. Click on it. You can either upload a file, draw, and or type, and then update. So it is e-signature. It says right here e-sign. But that way you don't have to have DocuSign. And I think that's it. There were no more questions. But again, if you have any questions at this point, let me know before you disconnect. And if you have to disconnect, thank you so much and have a great weekend. Thank you so much for using eImmigration. Oh, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I appreciate your feedback and cheers. Yeah, that's correct. You can't have both Serenade Billing and QuickBooks. No, it's either or. Either QuickBooks Online or our billing. And if you go with our billing, then you can get the credit card processing module. See, billing or QuickBooks. And this one requires that you are subscribed to billing. All right, so I don't see more questions coming through. Again, don't forget to download the PowerPoint presentation that I had today. It has useful links. And if you didn't get to download it, or if you have questions, you can always contact us so that we can provide the file. All right, thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye.